Hello, I'm Mark Dole with the City of Wichita Parks and Recreation Department. We're here to practice yoga. I want you to try to remember to bring along maybe a strap and a yoga mat if you come to our classes. Yoga is the ancient art of meditative stretching. To get into a meditative state, we're going to start off with a relaxation. I want you to lay back on your back, stretch out long through the spine. Try to make the legs long, arms out to the side, palms facing the ceiling. Start a breathing technique. I want you to breathe into the top, middle, bottom of the lungs. Exhaling out, top, middle, bottom of the lungs. Make every breath strong, full. Try to focus on your breathing. Try to bring your awareness to the present moment. Block out all the thoughts and activities of the day. And the best ways to do this is by focusing on your breath. Feel the sensation of the air as it passes through the windpipe, the area where you whisper. Keep your breathing strong and full throughout the entire class. We'll take our awareness now and go through the various parts of the body. I want you to release any tension or tightness from these areas as we go through the various parts of the body. I want you to send oxygen through the bloodstream, relaxing the nerve endings. I'm going to start first with the feet tonight. I want you to relax the toes, the balls of the feet, the arches, the heels. Free the ankle. Soften and lengthen the calf muscles. Release any tension from the knees, the ligaments, tendons around the knees. Soften and lengthen the thigh muscles, quadriceps. Relax the hips, letting your feet fall to the side in natural angle. The next breath now, we're going to breathe in through the bottom of the feet. I want you to draw the oxygen and energy up into the legs, re-energizing, rejuvenating, and exhale out any tightness or tension. Continue on with our awareness now to the abdominal region. I'd like you to relax and release the groin area. Soften and lengthen the abdominal muscles. As you exhale now, I want you to release your lower back a little bit deeper into the mat. Breathe back in, and I want you to bring the oxygen and energy up through the spine, all the way up through the crown of the head. I want you to feel the suppleness, the elasticity of the spine with the nerve endings wrapped around it as you exhale away any tightness or tension. Become aware now of the massaging action the lungs and diaphragm have on the internal organs. Feel the harmony and unity in the internal organs as they work with one another. Relax the area around the rib cage. Next breath now, we're going to breathe in through the heart. I want you to breathe in fire, radiance, enlightenment. I'm going to exhale out any frustrations, any worries, fears or anxieties. So continue on with our awareness now out to the tips of the fingers. Like you relax the palm and the thumb. Like you soften the forearms. Relax the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulders. As you exhale now, I want you to release your shoulder blades a little bit deeper into the mat. I'd like you to surrender the weight of your body now to the force of gravity. Completely releasing any tightness or tension in the body. As you do this, feel a sensation of grounding with the earth. Our next breath now, we're going to breathe in through the palms of the hands. I want you to draw the oxygen and energy up into the arms, up into the upper back and neck. Break up and release any stress that may be stored there, exhaling it back out through the palms of the hands. you to re-examine your breathing once again. Make sure it remains strong, deep, focused. I want you to center your awareness and your breath deep within the solar plexus region now. I want you to relax the breastbone, soften the throat. Release any tension from the jaw muscles, letting the lower jaw drop away from the top, keeping your lips pressed together. Relax the cheek muscles, the chin. I want you to focus now on softening all the muscles of the face. Release any tension from the teeth and gums. Feel the softness of the lips pressed against each other. Feel the eyes weightless in the sockets. I'd like you to locate any tension in that third eye region between the eyebrows. I want you to let this tension melt into the eyebrows and slowly slide down the side of the face. I'd like you to smoothen the brow. Next breath now, we're going to breathe in through the face. I want you to breathe into the bone structure, the nerve endings, the skin. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe in youthfulness, wisdom, enlightenment. I'd like you to exhale out any weariness, any tiredness, any aging. I'd like you now to create an image of yourself as you would like to see yourself in perfect physical and mental health. I'd like you to take this image you formed and use your creative imagination to feel it enter into the body. Feel the positive energy, the emotion of perfect health. I'd like you to continue to breathe and relax now for a couple of minutes as I lie back. Join me. I'd like you to bring your awareness now back to the sound of my voice. I'd like you to bring the palms of your hands up over your eyes and blink. I want you to stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, like it's the first stretch in the morning, pointing out of the toes, reaching tall. We're going to bring our right knee to our chest now. I want you to reach down and grab that knee, pulling it tightly to the chest. Feel the stretch in the lower back. Keep that left leg engaged and stretched long. We're going to draw circles with our toes now, loosening up the ankle. And I'd like you to reverse direction, go back the other way. Straighten that right leg up to the ceiling now, grabbing behind the knee, pulling that leg up towards your head, trying to coax that right hamstring into releasing and stretching. Breathe into that right hamstring as we pump the leg up towards the head slightly, just an inch or two as you're looking at the ceiling. And on the third pull, hold it. Try to get that right hamstring to elongate. Relax. I'm going to repeat that once more. Breathe into that right hamstring, trying to get it to stretch.
We're going to engage the abdominal muscles now to hold that right leg up in the air as we drop our hands back down to the mat. Breathe. Keep the breathing strong and full and focus on it. We're going to bring our left knee up in the air now. I want you to cross that right ankle down on top of the left knee. Square up the knees as you reach down under the left knee, pulling it up towards your head, putting a nice twist on that right hip. Don't do anything that causes any pain. Listen to your body first and me second. If anything does cause discomfort, you want to just back off the pose a little bit. Don't take the stretch quite as far. Straighten our left heel up to the ceiling now, pulling up a little tighter in the pose. You can rock from side to side if it feels right in your lower back. Let's release down out of that. I want you to stretch long and tall once again. Get your original posture back. This time we're going to bring our left knee to our chest. I want you to squeeze it tightly. Keep that right leg elongated. Feel the stretch in the lower back. Keep your breathing focused, steady. Let's draw circles with the toes on this foot, loosening up the ankle. And reverse direction. Straighten that left leg up to the ceiling now. I want you to pull it up towards your head. Once again, breathing into the left hamstring. Now pump this left leg up towards your head 3 times, just gently. Hold it on that third pull. Try to coax that left hamstring into releasing and stretching a little longer. Let's repeat that once again. We're going to engage the abdominal muscles once again to hold that left leg up in the air as we drop our hands down to the mat and breathe. Try to hold this for 5 breaths. Bring our right knee up in the air. I want you to cross that left ankle down on top of the right knee. Square up the knees as you reach under the right knee, pulling everything up towards your head, putting a nice twist on that left hip. Straighten that right heel up to the ceiling and then pull a little tighter in the pose. Once again, you can rock back and forth gently, the lower back. And let's release down out of that. Stretch once again from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. We're going to clasp our hands together now, bring them underneath the head. Bring your feet up close to the tush, about shoulder width apart. I want you to cross the right leg over the left, locking the knees together. Bring that right heel back down towards the mat. And as you exhale, drop both knees to the right or the center, letting the weight of that top leg loosen up the left quadricep, the left hip. Keep your shoulder blades and elbows flat on the mat. Let your breath do the work for you. Lifting as you inhale, releasing as you exhale. As you inhale now, we're going to bring our knees up, drop them 180 degrees the opposite direction. Once again, keep your elbows, shoulder blades flat on the mat as you drop your legs over. We're going to keep our legs crossed now as we bring them back to center. I want you to bring your hands out from behind your head, lift up your shoulders, reach down and grab your shins. As your shoulders come back down to the mat, pull your heels down towards the mat. Breathe into that right hip. Let's release back up, stretch back up above your head, get your original posture back. Try to stay square on the shoulder blades and the sit bones, clasp the hands, bring them underneath your head. Feet up close to the tush, shoulder width apart. This time our left leg crosses over our right. Bring that left heel down to the mat, and as you exhale, drop both knees to the left or center. Once again, focus on your breathing. Let the muscles relax on their own. As you inhale, we're going to bring our knees up 180 degrees, drop in the opposite direction. Keep that left shoulder blade, the left elbow flat on the mat. It's more important than how far the legs go. Listen to the feedback from your body. Where do you feel the stretch in your lower back, in the legs? Inhale now, we're going to come back to center, keep the legs crossed, the hands come up once again to grab the shins. As you exhale down, pull the heels back down towards the mat, and breathe into that left hip. Release out of this pose. Next pose is a pose called the dead bug, where we bring our feet straight up above our legs like we're balancing a plate on them. We reach inside, grab the arches of the feet, pull the feet straight down towards the knees, try to ground your sacrum back down to the mat. exhale out of this pose, we're going to bring the soles, the bottoms of our feet together. Reach around, grab your feet, pull them towards your head as you stretch your knees out away from you. The butterfly pose. Once again, you can rock from side to side gently if it feels good on the lower back. As we release out of this, we're going to bring our feet straight up to the ceiling. Bring your hands around behind the knees. Perfect L shape, flat back. Roll your hands around on the inside of the knees. Let your feet fall to the side now. The groin stretch. Draw circles with the toes now with them out here. You can really loosen up the ankles. Reverse direction. And release. Bring the legs back together. We're going to bend them at a 90-degree angle. Hands out to the side, palms facing the ceiling. Tuck the knees together and drop them to the right. Immediately you'll feel a nice stretch in that left shoulder. Breathe into that left shoulder. We're going to start a half circle up above the head with the fingers dragging the floor, reaching out of that left rotator cuff. Roll up on your side. Come on around. The hands get together, the palms face each other. Roll that left hand way out past the right, 8 or 12 inches, breathing into the left shoulder blade. We're going to exhale back, flip that palm to face the ceiling again and retrace that half circle up above the head. Reaching, stretching out of that left shoulder. Breathe into that left shoulder as you get back where you started. We've got our left leg stacked on top of the right. I want you to straighten that left leg. Bring your right hand down underneath the knee or out on the toes. Lift that left leg up towards your head. Breathe into that hip area. As we release out of this, we're going to bring our knees back up and out at a 90-degree angle. Hands out to the side, palms facing the ceiling once again, knees locked together. As you exhale, drop your knees to the left this time. Reach and stretch out of that right shoulder. We're going to start a half circle up above the head once again. Reaching out of that right shoulder, opening up that rotator cuff. Just roll over on your side. Palms face each other as the hands come together. Reach that right palm way up past the left. Breathe into that right shoulder blade. Exhale back, flip that palm to face the ceiling. Once again, reaching tall out of that right rotator cuff, opening it up. As we sweep back around above our head slowly. Breathe into the right shoulder as you get back where you started. Got our right leg stacked on top of the left. I want you to straighten out that right leg, push out of the heel, reach down under with your left hand, pulling it up towards the head, getting a nice stretch on the hip area, the back of the leg. And let's release, come back to center. I'd like you to bring your knees to your chest now, rock back and forth a little bit, grinding any discomfort into the mat. I'm going to move into the bridge pose now. I want you to drop your feet about shoulder width apart, hands on your hips. Our weight is going to be on our shoulder blades and our feet as we lift our navel straight up towards the ceiling. Remember to lengthen your neck. It's difficult to breathe in this pose. I want you to focus on your breath. Exhale, release out of the bridge. I want you to bring your knees to your chest once again. Rock back and forth. And we're going to roll over on our side now, coming up into the half lotus position. Sitting straight up and down. A couple things to mention in this position. If your knees are really tight and they're up like this, I want you to elevate your rear end by sitting on a towel or a mat, or you can flip the mat up. Just get up a little bit higher, and it takes any tension off of the knees. Also, through most of the rest of the poses, you want to expand stretch the spine up towards the ceiling, just like there's a pulley, always pulling you up towards the top, stretching that spine. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. I'm going to start off by taking the left hand and bringing it up the back as high as you can to start with. You might need a towel or a strap as you reach back over the back to bring your right hand either to grab the fingers together or get them as close together as possible. Keep the spine straight, breathing focused. Release out of this, bring your left arm across your chest, grab that elbow, and as you pull the arm across your chest, you're separating the shoulder blades. Breathe into that left shoulder blade. I'm going to place our hand up on our back now. I want you to press against the elbow, stretching that shoulder in a higher position. Release out of that. Bring that left hand straight out in front of you. Your right hand comes around to catch all the fingers. Press that heel and palm out past the fingers. Let's release. Point the fingers down towards the floor. Catch the thumb and press the heel of the palm out past once again. And release back, just cupping the hands, gently stretching that wrist back. And let's release out of that. We're going to go to the other side now. I want you to take your right hand and bring it straight up the back as high as you can.
Your left arm comes up and over, either grabbing the fingers together, using a towel or a strap to get them as close together as possible. Breathe. Let's release out of that, bringing the right arm across the chest, grabbing the elbow. Breathe into that right shoulder blade. Bring that right arm up on your back now. I want you to press against the elbow. Just stretch that shoulder in a little different position. Going to release. Bring that right hand straight out in front of you. Catch all the fingers as you press the heel of the palm out past the fingers. Going to release, point the fingers down at the floor, press that heel of the palm out past the fingers again. And then just cup the hand, stretching the wrist back gently. Let's release out of that. Check your posture once again. Make sure you're sitting up straight and tall. We're going to go into a neck stretch now where we bring our left hand up against the side of the head. I want you to lean into that palm with your head. We're warming up the neck muscles on the left side. Breathe. As you release now, we're going to keep that left hand about 6 inches above the floor. Bring your right hand up and over, stretch that spine up to the ceiling. Gently pull your head to the right side now. Feeling the stretch on those neck muscles. I'd like you to slowly move that left arm up and back a few inches. Feeling that stretch on the neck. I'm going to pivot that right elbow up towards the front of the head. I want you to grab the back of the head, pulling your chin down over your right collarbone. And I want you to shake your head no back and forth, stretching those neck muscles in the back of the neck. Let's release up and out of that. Sit up straight and tall once again. Bring your right hand to the right side. Lean your head into the arm as the arm pushes back, warming up those neck muscles on the right side of the neck. As you release, take that right hand about 6 inches above the floor. Stretch the head up towards the ceiling. Bring your left hand up and over on the temple. Gently pull your neck to the side. Once again, move that right hand forward and back slowly. Pivot that left elbow up towards the front of the forehead now. Grab the back of the head, pull your chin down over your left collarbone. position, shake your head no, back and forth, loosening up those neck muscles. Let's release up out of that pose. We're going to come into a Dandasana pose now with our feet together. I want your calves grounded into the mat, toes pointing up or back towards you a little bit as you stretch up and out of the upper body. As much as you can, we're going to bring our hands up above our head. I want you to press the palms together for 2.5 breaths. As you exhale now, I want you to bend low from the pelvic region, reaching out for the ankles, the toes. Keep that spine stretched towards the ceiling. Release up out of that pose. We're going to bring our right foot up above our left knee. Try to turn your hips a little bit towards the left hand. Once again, hands up above the head. Breath and a half. As you exhale now, both hands come down and touch that left foot. Once again, stretching that spine up to the ceiling, bending low from the pelvic region. Keep our right hand out on that leg as we bring our left arm free, shoot it through the window out to grab the right knee. Your left shoulder now is going to drop underneath the right shoulder, opening up to the wall to the side of you. Use your arms to help with the stretch. Let's release back out of that pose. Both feet out in front once again. So make sure you stay square on the sit bones. Bring your left foot up above the right knee. Once again, turn the hips to face that foot. Hands up above for a breath and a half. And as you exhale, come forward to touch that foot. Keep our left hand out on that foot, bring your right arm free, shoot it through the window out to grab the left knee. Drop that right shoulder down into the left. Listen to the feedback from your body. Where do you feel this stretch? Bring both feet out in front of us once again. Sitting up straight and tall. How's everybody doing? Good. Sit up straight and tall. We're going to go into a spinal stretch series where we bring our right foot on the other side of the left knee. Just sit up straight and tall. Try to put a little weight on that right foot. Hands out to the side. As we twist to the right, our left hand grabs that knee. Turn and look behind us. Reposition the fingers behind you another half inch or an inch. Try to stretch just a little further. back to the front. We've got our left foot out in front of you. I want you to bend it towards that wall. Bend it the only way it'll bend. Bring your right leg up and over, bringing the knee into the arch. We've got our left hand behind us. We're going to try to create a straight line from the right knee up through the right palm, stretching up out of the quadricep. Let's exhale back. We've got our left knee out in front of us now. I want you to square it up with the front of the mat. Come up on your hips. Now stretch that right leg way back behind you. Do a little bit of a back bend first into this pose called the pigeon. As you exhale now, I want you to release everything down to the mat. Drop your chest down on your knees. Relax your head down. Try to relax every muscle in the body. Let's release up out of that pose. As we sit back on our sit bones, we're going to swing that right leg all the way around with the ankle coming up on the knee. Sit up straight and tall. Let's put some nice stretch on the back of the hips. If you want a little more stretch, bring your chest out over the knees a little further. Release back up out of that. I want your right hand on the bottom of the right arch. Straighten that right leg up to the ceiling. Nice stretch on the shoulder, back of the leg. Finish off with another spinal twist where we bring that leg to the center, grab the outside of the leg with the left arm, our right hand is straight out in front, we twist and look around behind us once again. Release back to center. Start this from the other side. Once again, get your posture back. Make sure you're square on your sit bones. Calves are grounded into the mat. The left foot comes on the other side of the right knee. Sit up straight and tall. Hands out to the side again. Our right hand hugs that left knee to the center as we twist to the left. Position those fingers behind you. Always twist a little further. Exhale back to the front now. Release out of that pose. We've got a right foot in front of us. I want you to bend it to that wall. Bring your left leg up and over. Bring the arch into the knee. This time our right hand's out to the side. We stretch up out of our left side. And exhale back down. This time our right knee is parallel with the front of the mat. If you have knee problems, keep your knee back a little bit more. Pivot up on our hips, Try to stay square in the shoulders and the hips as you stretch that left leg back behind you into a back bend. And then exhale down into the modified pigeon, relaxing every muscle to the mat, relaxing the chest on the thighs. Inhale, come back up once again. We sit back on the sit bones, wrap that left leg way out to the side and bring it down over the knee with the ankles a little bit out to the side, sitting up straight and tall once again. This is called the stacking firewood pose with your legs in front. If you want a little more stretch, bring the chest out over the knees. Release back up. The left hand goes on the arch of the left foot. Straighten that left leg up. Nice stretch for the shoulder. I'm going to finish off with another spinal twist as we bring that leg to the center, grabbing the outside of it with the right hand. Our left arm is straight. Twist back to the left. Let's release back to center. Bring our feet straight out in front of us once again. So again, stay square on the sit bones. We're going to bring our right knee up as close to your chest as you can. Sit up straight and tall. You might need your strap for this one. I do. We're going to bring our right shoulder inside that knee and start off with just kind of a sawing motion out towards that left foot. Just 1, 2, 3 times, and then I want you to hold it out on that left foot as close as you can. Keep that right knee up next to your shoulder. Don't let it go south on you or go down. Keep it up tight. Once again, where do you feel the stretch in your back? Just in your leg. Let's release up out of this side. We're going to switch sides. Bringing your left knee up as close as you can get it to your tush. Once again, bring that left shoulder inside and just kind of 3 times reach out towards the toe. And on the 3rd time, grab the strap or the toes, keeping that left knee right next to your shoulder. And let's release out of that. We're going to move on to the next pose now where we've got our feet spread wide, about as wide as the mat. Check your posture so you're sitting up straight and tall. Bring your hands straight up and then come out and touch both toes. Breathing into those lower back muscles. Inhale back up. We're going to bring our left foot on the inside of our right knee. Stretch up straight and tall. We're going to bring our right hand up, out to grab that right foot. I want a little tension here as you stretch that foot and pulls on the shoulder. Wrap your left arm all the way around you and open your chest up to the ceiling. turn and look at our left hand as we stretch it up to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, bring your left hand down to join the right hand and the right foot. Keep that right elbow inside or in line with the right leg. Let's release up out of this side. Go out to the left side now with the right knee, right foot up above the left knee. Stretch up tall with that left hand. And wrap the right arm around you, opening up your shoulders to look up towards the ceiling. Keep pulling out towards that right foot. Remember to focus on your breath. Keep the breath strong and deep. Turn and look at the right hand. We're going to exhale down with the right hand joining the left hand and the left foot. Keep that left elbow inside or in line with the left knee. And let's release. Come out of that. We're going to come up into the tabletop position now to do a few more poses. Want your fingers spread wide directly underneath your shoulders. Make sure they're wide. I want you to tuck the knees together. We'll take our right hand, turn and look up at the ceiling. As you exhale, bring that right hand through, shoot it way out to the left side, laying down on your right shoulder and your right temple. Use your left hand for balance, or you can use it to add some weight. We're going to lift up our left leg now. Plant that left foot flat on the floor out to the side. All 5 toes, the heel, pressing into the floor, stretching the outside of the ankle, the inside of the leg, the knee, the groin. Release up out of that. Come back to our original position with the knees tucked tightly together. Turn and look at our left hand this time. As you exhale through, push it way out to the right side, lay down on your left shoulder, your left temple. Once again, you can use the right hand for balance or to add a little weight. Lift up the right foot. Plant that foot flat on the floor, out to the side. This pose is called the car wreck pose. And let's release back up out of that pose into the tabletop 4-legged stance once again. I want your knees about a shoulder width apart now. As you curl your toes under, we're going to come up into a downward facing dog. I want you to bring that tush straight up in the air, press the chest back towards the knees. Try to create a flat back. Roll the elbows out away from each other, flattening out the back, perfect L shape. Keep pressing that tush high into the air.
walking dog now. We'll bring our right knee forward a couple inches, straighten that left knee forward, back to the right knee forward. Just alternating back and forth slowly, loosening up those Achilles tendons. Release out of that, press back up into the dog for a breath or two, really stretch that tush up into the air. Press your hamstrings to the wall behind you. And as you exhale, we're going to drop down into the child's pose with our forehead down on the mat, your hands either above your head or you can bring them back by your heels. As we come up out of the child's pose, I want you to keep your tush back over your heels. We're going to do a U-shaped move out to the side, stretching as far out of the hip as you can, back over the heels, out to the left. Just move from side to side. Trying to work out the knees, the hips. The next time we come around to our right side, we're going to keep our hips stretched out to the right. Our left hand is at a 45-degree angle. Bring your right hand up and over, interlace the fingers, and drop your forehead down to the mat. Try that again as you come up into a couple more U-shaped moves. Go from side to side. This time keep the left hip pressed out to the side. Our right hand is at a 45-degree angle. Left arm comes over, interlace the fingers, drop your forehead down to the mat and breathe. Let's release up and out of that pose. Come up into a crescent moon with our right foot forward. I want you to focus on dropping the torso down towards the mat every time you exhale. As you exhale down, bring your hands on either side of that front foot. Curl that left toe under. Look forward. Try to create a straight line up the left side of the body. Release out of this. We're going to bring our left foot up next to the right foot. Grab the ankles, bring the knees down to the chest. As you inhale, throw the arms straight out, come back up into a back bend, which will hold for 2.5 breaths. Exhale forward once again, bringing your hands down behind your ankles, bend your knees. Both hands down on the mat. We're going to drop our right leg back into a crescent moon on the other side. Exhale down, either side of that front leg, curl the right toe under. Now we have a straight line up the right side. Breathe into that right hip. This really opens up the right hip. And step forward with that right foot once again. And we're going to come up.
Namaste position. I'd like to do a balance pose to close out the class this evening. If you want to step off the mat, you probably have a little bit better balance. I'm going to do a pose with the crane. Just to focus on somewhere out on the floor. Shift our weight to our left foot. Just to bring your right leg up. And then as you come into a landing crane, bring that right leg back behind you. And let's release back up out of that. Find your center of gravity. Shift your weight to the other leg. Bring that left knee up off the mat. I want to come into a landing crane with the left leg coming back. Let's release back forward. Bring your hands back into Namaste. And normally we lay down and release into Shavasana, which is the cooling down period. I'd like to thank you for joining the class with us. Come out and join us. We'd love to have you in class.